so Ben CV, Jeff Boski. Let's do this.
What's up, guys? We're here at Jeff Boski. We're July 4th, Independence Day, having a little barbecue and pool party. We decided to come together.
You might know me from my YouTube channel. I've been making poker vlogs for 2.5 years. 14 years ago, I quit my job to play poker for a living. I grew up in Detroit, ended up moving to Las Vegas to play more on Poker Stars, crushed all the tournaments, made all the money, and then Black Friday happened. Then I had to decide, what am I gonna do? I went to Vancouver for a year, played on Stars some more, full tilt, and eventually came back to Vegas and just played live primarily, some online US sites, and here we are today. Happy to be still living in Las Vegas 11 years later. Haven't gone broke, haven't scammed anybody. I'm a minority in the poker community. And we have arrived at the Encore. Beautiful property. Let's get in there and do some damage. As a special bonus, follow me on Instagram at Jeff Boski Poker, and I'll be doing Instagram stories now. One story a day, and every story is gonna be a poker tip of the day. Very valuable information I'll be sharing for free. Make sure you follow Jeff Boski Poker on Instagram. Do it! Tournament, please. Sit down at seat 9 with a great view of all the patrons at the Encore walking by. Should be a good time. 15,000 starting stack. Very first hand. It's already 20,000 in the pot, 3 ways on a Jack 6-5 rainbow flop. Guy shoves, ace-4 of spades, another guy calls with 8-7 offsuit. Ace-4 holds, we're in for an action table. With blinds at 300, 600, under the gun +1 with pocket kings. King of diamonds, king of spades, a beautiful hand. We're 9-handed. Part of me initially wants to just limp, because there's been so much action. There'll be like a couple limps and a stupid raise, and I can back raise. That would be pretty obvious. I have a monster, but I don't think these guys care, and they just gamble anyway. But I think a min raise kind of does the same thing. Could be some flat calls and a squeeze, builds the pot. So although my gut says to limp, I put in the min raise. 1,200 to go. I get 2 calls in middle position and the big blind calls. We're 4 ways to a flop. Flop comes 10, 6, 6, 2 hearts. Good flop for kings. As long as the big blind doesn't have a 6, we should be in good shape. So I bet real small, 1,500. Just really going for 3 streets as long as the run out is clean. We're gonna size up on the turn. We get 1 fold, middle position calls, and big blind hesitates and calls. The turn's an 8, 9-7 gets there, but that's a very small possibility. Big blind checks to me, I check. And just in case the big blind has a 6, we wanna do a little pot control. After we check, middle position bets 3,500. Big blind calls. Their ranges are still pretty wide. They could have a lot of 10x combos and heart flush draws. We don't have the king of hearts, so we unblock a lot of king high flush draws. No reason to raise here. We're gonna under rep our hand by just calling. Way too tight to fold in this spot, even though it's 3 ways. The river is a 3 of clubs. A beautiful card. The big blind quickly leads out 11,000. What's he repping? A 6? A missed flush draw? Does he think his 10's good and he doesn't want it to check through? I don't like it, but we put in the call. The guy behind us quickly jams all in for 22,000. All right, now there's no way our kings are good. We're folding to this min raise. It doesn't matter because the big blind goes all in too. We laugh and fold. Big blind has pocket 10s. Middle position has 6-5 suited. Nice flop, dealer. I think the only close decision would be the river. I think I could fold to that river lead out a high percentage of the time, but just based on the table and their general willingness to gamble, I think it's a reasonable call. And it's just before rebuy period's over. We have about 15 minutes left. We're here to build a stack, get some soldiers in our army, and put them to work.
Quickly expect to be.
With blinds at 300, 600, 600. Middle position, Asian male, age 30 to 50 with some sunglasses on. Makes it 1,200. A friendly guy to my right who knows my vlogs puts in the call. I'm next act with about 14,000 and pocket sevens in the cutoff. Good call, or we could jam it all in. Let's gamble. I'm all in. Pocket sevens play very well in this spot. Original raiser goes to the tank and calls off his tournament. We barely have him covered. Other guy folds. We're up against king, queen of clubs. And we have video. We got a race.
Out. Let
Ooh, good sweat.
on the windows.
After the registration closes.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes left in the rebuy period. We have 10,000 chips. Action folds to the hijack, who makes it 1,300. Asian male flats on the button. We're in the small blind with ace 9 of spades. Make it 7,000 to go. Putting the two players in a tough spot. Maybe we'll get an ISO, maybe we'll get a couple folds. A lot of good things can happen. Original raiser calls and the button calls. All right. 3 ways to the flop with 3,700 behind. Flop comes ace 9 3. Great flop for us. I bet 2,000. Just playing as weirdly as possible. Just clicking some buttons. Put them, you know, if they don't have like a pair or something, what are they going to do versus a 2K bet into a 22K pot? Original raiser makes it 9,000. Other guy folds. Of course we call. He has pocket kings, and we have video. I decided to take the add-on, $100 for 7,500 chips. We're in for $330. Good luck to whoever has 2% of us in this contest. Hopefully we win 10,000 or more. And we're back with 35,000 chips going to 400, 800. We have a visitor from far, far away.
Yeah, Elena from Russia. Hey viewers, love the vlog.
Aces. I love pocket aces. Get your I Love Pocket Aces extremely comfortable hoodie or fine fabric t-shirt in my Teespring store today. Link in the description below. Very reasonable prices. With blinds at 600, 1,200, still an action packed table. Under the gun +1 opens to 2,800. I'm next to act with ace king offsuit. Make it 8,500 off a 24K stack. Give him somewhat of an illusion of fold equity if he wants to jam his ace queen, ace jack type hands, or just call some flops and fold when I jam pretty much every flop. Action folds back to him and he says, gotta go with it. Shoves all in, I snap call. He has pocket jacks and we are off to the races. 50K pot, we have to win these. Let's win.
See? Here it comes.
See?
Oh, damn it.
See?
You're rooting for me, right? No?
Not today, dude.
Did I win? No. Okay, good game. And I am out of the win. $230 rebuy, over $18,000 for first. We donated $330 to the prize pool. Shout out to the winner of the retweet contest. Unfortunately, you win $0. Try again. If you get knocked down, pick yourself back up. It's time for the drive of shame. One of my biggest fears was the day that I'd have to say goodbye to my best friend Clyde. He is in a better place now. A place where he won't have to deal with mast cell tumors or seizures. That day has come and gone, but I still cry every time I think about him. I should be able to look back at all the joy he brought me, but it just brings me sadness. Rest in peace, buddy. I'll never forget you. Click on the pinned comment for the full tribute video I made for Clyde.